What up, y'all? Julien Guiteau here, and I'm super thankful because today we are on set of Chillin with Julien, episode 10, where the goal is interviewing inspiring individuals to inspire others. We're in downtown Los Angeles, and you know we got to go big for this episode. Shout out JC Falcon on the film, and shout out Christian Mendez for getting this podcast equipment. We have an inspiring guest here. His name is Caleb Reyes, also known as CJ Ray. He's a dancer, he's a choreographer, he's an influencer, all of the above, all around good dude. CJ Ray, welcome to Chillin with Julien.
Thanks for having me, man.
Of course, bro. I want to, say thank you for, not only coming on the show, but your genuineness from the get-go. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm in LA and, in the East Coast, so I'm glad to, have somebody living in LA and have them on the show.
Yeah.
So let's get right into
Let's
it.
do it.
Where are you from?
I'm originally born and raised in Bronx, New York.
Okay.
Well, not raised, just born there. But I moved when I was 6. My parents wanted me to go to school in New York because they were like, ooh, gangs and it's a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
A little nervous, so we ended up moving to Pennsylvania. And we moved to Levittown. So I lived in Levittown for like the raising part of my life. So I would say from 6 to 22. I was in, or 23 technically, because I technically moved mid. But was there for a lot of time. I can't even do the math. That's so much.
Yeah.
But I was there for a long time.
Yeah.
We lived there, did everything there. That was all my friends. That's why I danced and all that great stuff. But yeah, Levittown, Pennsylvania is where I rep now for sure.
And I think it's so interesting because we kind of have like a similar story where like I'm born and raised in Queens, New York, lived there for about 10 years. And then our family got bigger. I moved to Pennsylvania.
That's tight.
And like at the end of, graduation of, school and all of that, went back to New York. So that PA New York connection, and now that we're in LA, I think that's a dope, thing that we have in common. So that's pretty dope right there.
My mom's side's from the Queens.
Word.
Yeah, so like I have a lot of family in the Queens.
Okay.
All the family reunions, everything back in the.
Shout out Queens to the people out there.
People
How long have you been dancing and why did you get started in the first place?
So, I was a basketball player actually first. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
I played ball for like 11 years. Like that is my life. Like basketball was what I wanted to do. I was 100% happy with that. But I watched the video. I don't know if you remember when Ellen dropped Nonstop. Nonstop did a video of him doing this crazy backwards dance thing. I went to my friend Brennan Losi. That's his name.
Okay.
I was like, bro, I could do this. And he was like, bro, no, you can't. I was like, no, I really can. I promise you, I could do this if I trained. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, I couldn't do it like him because that was almost 7 years ago.
Yeah,
I just started everything like that. I always loved rhythm, but I started dancing. I started getting involved with different things, and me and my friends started doing a lot of stuff. And I met this group of dancers. I went in there super serious. I'll tell you, it was Brandon, Khalil, Aaron, and Jared. They were my best friends. Like we were part of CKC. I went in there. I walked in there, opened the door. I had my speaker. I was like, "Let's go! I'm ready to go. Like this is what I want to do. I'm ready to battle you guys. Show that I want to be a part of your team."
100%.
They gave me the opportunity. Like after I battled, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're dope." We had a couple talks, and they were like, every time they talked to me about it, they're like, yeah, bro, like you were so serious. I don't know why you're so serious. I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
But other than that, they inspired me to keep going, and then we started battling and getting involved in other stuff like that. So we did Apollo and different stuff that we started getting our money's worth, and it was like, oh, we can do this. Like this is dancing. Dancing's fun. So now that we have that, that's how I started with all my friends.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I think we all remember that video, of Nonstop.
Oh my God, that was crazy. Yeah.
I think the talk around town and in school was like, yo, how's this guy doing this thing?
Right. The backwards part is what got me. I was like, dude, what? Like, how did you even?
100%. So that's dope. That's the inspiration for you right there.
Yeah, 100%.
So still in the dance realm, when did you start really taking dance serious? And when did you know that you wanted to choose it over, basketball or something other than, anything else?
So I ended up Battlefest, what I just did.
Okay.
There was Battlefest, New Jersey, right? We trained, we did a lot of stuff. I started getting big on Vine. I started making some money off of there and got a Pandora commercial. I was like, this is why I gotta get really good. I'm really good, really good. It gets to your head. Vine was like, oh my God, I almost had 100K. It's like, dude, I'm moving up so fast. Like I'm gonna go crazy. But, you know, BattleFest, shout out to Reem, you know, for hooking it up for me. BattleFest, New Jersey.
Okay.
I did it. I ended up battling my friend. I was very confident in myself, well, very cocky, confident, same thing. But I was super confident in myself because, you know, I'm on Vine and I'm getting all these followers. People telling me I'm great every day. You know, it's like, I'm going to go crazy. Like, I know I'm going to win. So, you know, I trained and, you know, I never experienced battling. This is one of my first battles. Never experienced it. You know, I'm training, I'm going crazy. I get to the event, you know. We're not talking. He lives in Pennsylvania. It's crazy. We traveled to New Jersey to battle each other, but he lived in PA. So like, we didn't chill or anything for months or whatever it was. So we're battling. We're about to battle. I do my first move. I went boom, 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 boom. Like it was like a super trace. Everyone started freaking out, like screaming. Yeah. I like didn't know what to do. Like I lost my mind. I was like, dude, they loved it. But with that happening, like. I didn't know that it was that serious. I didn't know that there was a crowd. Like crowd really gets involved. When they get involved, it kind of messes with you. Like because you can take it two ways. It's you can go up and now it's like, oh, I'm about to kill him, or it's like they really liked what I did, but you're missing music while you're thinking about this. So like I got super hyped because I went boom, 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 and then I was it. That's all I had. Like I danced a little bit. You know, I had a couple moves. People said you did really well, but me personally, I knew like. And I lost. I ended up losing that battle. So I said, like I lost that battle, and after that is when I was like, okay. If I want to be a dancer, like I have to really train. Like it's not just about following. It's not just about this. It's about really taking your time and honing in your skills. So after that happened to me, I took my time and I took a break for 6 months. I was like, I gotta train. Like this is what I want to do. So now I know when I dance, I'm gonna train, and then we started getting better, and that's how it all started. Because he didn't win. I felt he won. A lot of people told me that they thought I won. A lot of people told me that they thought he won. You know? Me personally, I was like, bro, you got me. Like I need to train. Like you did it really well. Like he did his thing and went off. So. That's how I knew. I was like, bro, I got to train. This is what I want to do. So I'm going to take my time and really understand what I want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So. And
that's super dope that, you know, you found yourself in that big moment and you knew that all of these eyes were on you and you're like, okay, this is what it actually is. Now let me, you know, put in that work to, you know, be better next time. So that's dope right there.
Yeah, it was nuts. I was like that.
So who were your first dance influences growing up and which dancers inspire you now?
Well, growing up, it was like the non-stop. I was more into dubstep. Okay. So the non-stops, you know, the Dragon House, they were really dope. Fiction himself, before I ever met him, like super, like I was like, this kid's crazy, you know. There's a couple people out there that was like dubstep dancers-wise. But then I got into BattleFest, you know, did a couple things with BattleFest and we got introduced to tunes and flexing and stuff. So now, like, now that I'm a flexor, that's the style I do now. I personally go with Havoc, like Crow, it's crazy. Strobe isn't really technically a flexor, but when he does tap into it, it's crazy. So Strobe's one of the biggest people that influenced me for sure. Like my big bro. Like these people are like people that I look up to now. Like dang, like I want to be like these people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I train so hard, and I want to end up battling them eventually. You know, and really winning, like showing that I can really go crazy. You know, shout out to all of them, man. Like there's a lot of things that I was just like, wow, like these guys really took it there. Like a lot of the Bay dancers too. Like a lot of them were so far ahead of the scene, like the dance scene. It was just like, wow, like their brains worked so differently than ours did, you know what I'm saying? So like that stuff, and everybody from New York, like Brooklyn, always there, everybody was just so animated and it moved so different. Like everything was so clean. It's like, wow, like, so basically the flexing style inspired me to continue to be a flexor. Okay. But seeing everybody else do what they do in their own style, like inspired me to keep going and pursue my style as a flexor to go crazy. Like do what I can. That's why I moved here, to do all that, you know, like to change it. So it's like, now I can push this style more than just East Coast. We can do it in West Coast, we can do it overseas. You know, there's a bunch of people like Reg does it, you know, Reg has this bunch of dancers from Dream Ring. They all go, you know, overseas and they teach the style itself. So like, I wanted to do that, but I needed to understand it more, you know? So that's why I took the time to really learn from different people. And shout out to my teachers like Dread, Ivy, Emotions, Dice, you know. Everybody took the time to really teach me, because a lot of people didn't want to teach me, because I was a kid from PA that came to New York and battled and danced, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for those guys and girls who did take their time to really, you know, no, you got it, like you just gotta do this and take your time and do this, you know, on those FaceTime calls, like late at night, you know what I'm saying? Like really training in the basement, because I had a dance studio in my basement. So it's like, every night I called them like, you know, is this cool? Like, am I making sense? Like, yeah, this is dope, boom, boom. You know, they would always help me no matter what. And they still help me to this day. So that's why it's so dope. Because like now I can almost give back to them. I had my one teacher come out here for my battle that recently just happened, you know. It was cool to just have that, to be able to give back to people who never gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? So like, now that everything's working out the way it's supposed to, it's easier to give more to these people. So those are the most inspirations for me. Would probably be my teachers. But dance-wise, I would have to say, you know, Havoc, Strobe, Crow, like even Fiction. Like these people are really, they're just so inspiring in what they've done and what they do now. It's like, that's how I want to live off dance. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. Like that's the goal. So that's why they inspire me so much. But yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing because, you know, the people that gave that chance on you and, you know, saw the potential in what you could do, it's probably super rewarding to see you grow and actually you come back and, you know, these people that you find, you know, super inspirational know that there's other individuals that find you super inspirational. So I think that's why, you know, having you on this show, showing inspiring individuals, I think that's a beautiful thing. You see people you're inspired by, but realize other people are inspired by you. Yeah,
facts. It is interesting. It's I never thought. I mean, I always told myself that I would be something with whatever I chose to do. My family life was a little different, but my mom always said, you know, just really make sure if you're gonna do something, put your heart into it. You know, like that's what it always was. So for me, I was like basketball, and I was like, you know what? I like this dancing, so dancing, and maybe you never know, like maybe in a couple of years it might be something else, soccer, or rapping, like I don't know. So, but everything I do, I put my all into it until I'm the best or one of the best in it. You know what I'm saying? So I won't give up till I'm top tier with it. You know what I mean?
That's a great way to think. You know?
Yeah.
So explain why it's important to stay focused on your craft, especially when you have a super big dream.
So why it's important? It's important because, okay, so there's two types of people in this world, in my opinion. People who dream. You know, they dream. I want to do this, but never actually do it. And there's people who have realistic dreams who go out of their way to do those little things. That being said, like, you know, dream would be like, let's say, I want to be, before I turn 25, I want to have 30,000 followers, right? You can say that, but like if you really work, you know, start collabing, start getting views, like, you know, start pushing different things on different platforms, trying to push up, it's possible it can happen. Even if it doesn't, at least you put the effort towards it. But if you just say, yeah, I just want, you know, 30K before I turn 25, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't. It's like, you're not really trying. So for me, it's like, I put my heart into everything I do, like I said earlier. So for me, it's like, if you're gonna do this, like you have to give it your all, because the only person stopping you is you. Like there's always gonna be hate. There's always gonna be people who don't like you. There's always gonna be people who are hyping you up even though you're not doing anything crazy. Like that's always gonna happen. But at the end of the day, the only competition I have personally is myself, because I just want to be a better version of me today than I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the goal, my goal is to be this big dancer or a great influencer, period. It's like, it takes work. You can't just sit here. There's gonna be times where you cry. There's gonna be times where you sit there and you hurt yourself. You start bleeding. Like there's gonna be times where things get frustrating, but that's the whole beauty of it, because at the end it's like all that stuff of me crying, blood, sweat, tears, you know, it really works. Like a lot of people said that. A lot of people, Muhammad Ali was one that's like, never give up. You know, he always had his stuff. Him fighting, everybody, you know, opposed him because he was so great, but you can't. It's just, that's what happens when you work hard. It's undeniable. That's how you want to be so far ahead that it's undeniable. But you don't want to take it as a lot of people take it as a competition between others. You know, me personally, I don't really. I rather see people go up. There's so much room at the top. Like a lot of people don't see that. Everybody thinks it's like, oh, there's only like 5 people who can be picked. Like everyone can make it if you 100%. Really put your mouth to it. Like anyone can do it. So it's like, if that's the case, why are we so focused on trashing other people or making them feel worse or whatever? You know, oh, he's only famous because he does this. He's famous. You know, like he said it. He's famous because it doesn't matter what he's famous for, but he put his effort into that specific thing and he made it. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, my competition is myself. So to focus on your big dream, you have to be better than the version you were yesterday. That means keep doing more. Like if you did 10 push-ups yesterday and you want to be a bodybuilder, today do 20, or today do 15, next day do 20. Like there's levels to doing it. It just requires effort. The effort's what matters. So if you have no effort or no what's it called? Not effort, but I mean effort, but
determination.
Something else is close. Drive,
commitment, passion,
work ethic. Yes. Okay. If you don't have the work ethic for what you want, there's no way you're going to make it the way you want to. You know what I'm saying? Because at any time, anything can blow up. Anything can happen. Tomorrow I could wake up, I could have 1 million followers because one of my videos went super crazy. I don't know, but I'm not worried about that. I want to keep I want to keep going. I want to keep people keep people involved in what's going on. Because a lot of these dancers, they have their moments, or not even dancers, just influencers in general. They have their moment for a little bit, and then it dies down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's it. Like you did what you did, but now I don't care even if I hit that point where it's like I got where I wanted. There's still so much more to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's never an end to this life. Like, especially being an entertainer or influencer, period. There's no end to this life unless you really just delete everything you don't want to do and it's over. Like, for sure. But there's no end to it. You have a little thing. Everybody has like a little gimmick that they do, and then after a while it gets old, so you have to find a new gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But you can still have that gimmick, but you gotta keep going. There's more to create. So just never stop creating. So stay creative. Work ethic has to be on 1,000. Always it has to be. Like, there's no way it can't be. And just never give up. Like, that's how I feel. Like, if you really believe, I was homeless at one point. So, like, to be where I'm at now, like, even on this podcast right now with you, it's like 7 years ago, if you told me I was going to do this, I would be like, maybe. Like, it might happen, but I was going to work off and see what happens. Like, let's keep going. But anything's possible. It's just people have to understand that nothing is impossible. Like, everything is possible to do because something started somewhere. So that's just how it is. So work ethic, never giving up, and just creativity. Like, you create and keep creating. Don't get so satisfied on one little thing. Like, keep making more of it. Like, make different variations, make different things. Like, everybody starts somewhere, but don't end too fast. Like, don't have a peak and be done. Like, stay level. So it's like, okay, it's up and downs, but he's still going. So this guy went up, and now he's there. And it's just flatline. You know what I'm saying? So I never want to peak and flatline. I want to peak and keep peaking, like keep hitting the top. Like, oh, we're almost there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure everything keeps going so that there's a fluctuation level that keeps going. So, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad you mentioned that primarily because, a lot of people from, outside see, okay, this person's doing their thing. Let me have this big dream to, do this too, but they don't see the background work of what you do, the training, the studying, like all of that other stuff. And for you to share that with, the viewers, to let them know, like, hey, I'm doing this. I just performed here. I just did this. I just did that. But here's all of the other work I did to get there. And I think that's super dope that you brought that up.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot more than just posting and dancing 15 seconds. Like, it's a lot more than posting and dancing for a minute or posting 3 posts in a day and hoping. Like, there's so much more involved in it. Like, and
the consistency too. Like, the fact that you mentioned, like, okay, we all have our seasons, like, yeah, I'm gonna reach this peak at this time. I was on this show, when this show was like at its biggest, but that's not, gonna stop me from, keep going. Exactly. Oh, this video didn't do so well. I'm not gonna quit, Let me keep putting out content. Oh, this video does do well. Cool, but let me keep pushing out. And I think that's how, the ones that stay, there stay.
Yes, exactly. That's how I feel too.
Dope. All right, so our last question. What's one piece of advice you'd like to share with the viewers to inspire them to be their best selves?
Don't change yourself for anybody. Stay true to what you know. And there's going to be a lot of people who doubt you, but let them doubt until they become a fan. That's usually how it works. They'll doubt. It's just like they hate in them because they can't do what you do. Once you do it, man, like, you really doing it. Like, I'm really proud of you. Or, it's how it always works. Just be yourself. Being yourself is the ultimate advice I can give to anybody. Don't try and change yourself for anybody else. Don't try and do what other people do. Do what makes you you, and it will work. That's how it always going to work.
Well, I want to thank you, CJ. This has been a super inspirational moment, not only for me, but my guys here, to see, your journey, to see your trajectory and seeing where you came from. We all in that PA area and now in the West Coast. I'm thankful for the viewers to, learn about you and, see where you're headed, So thank you for coming on to Chillin with Julien. Shout out Soundcheck. They have Uber for sound equipment. You get the sound equipment, you rent it out, and it's like in the LA area, and you can hit them up. We have all the descriptions in our bio. We have it at the end of the credits. Shout out Christian Mendez, who runs that. Shout out JC Falcon. Shout out everybody who supported the Chillin with Julien brand, JFG Media Productions brand, and I'm looking forward to it. We have CJ gonna show us what he got in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
How many times you
Selling packs by the laundromat. Once I get up out the hood, I ain't coming back. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done with that. Once he stop frontin' with that. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done with that. Still keep a blicky, I ain't. And if I miss, I'ma spin the block. Even if I hit, I'ma spin the block. If I miss, I'ma spin the block. Run up on them with the. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done it. Still keep a blicky, I ain't. That shit, they shit, give the bricks. And if I miss, I'ma spin the block. Even if I hit, I'ma spin the block. If I miss, I'ma spin the block. Run up on them with the.
How many times
Selling packs by the laundromat. Once I get up out the hood, I ain't coming back. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done with that. Once he stop frontin' with that. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done with that. Still keep a blicky, I ain't. And if I miss, I'ma spin the block. Even if I hit, I'ma spin the block. If I miss, I'ma spin the block. Run up on them with the. But I still keep a blicky, I ain't done it. Still keep a blicky, I ain't. That shit, they shit, give the bricks. And if I miss, I'ma spin the block. Even if I hit, I'ma spin the block. If I miss, I'ma spin the block. Run up on them with the.
Today's episode of Chillin' with Julien is brought to you by Soundcheck. Have you ever wanted to start a podcast, or maybe you already have one and are looking for ways to improve? Well, look no further. Soundcheck is an audio rental service that makes podcasting easy. Don't break the bank buying expensive gear when you can rent it for the fraction of the price through Soundcheck. You will get professional podcast gear delivered right to your door. Soundcheck was made with you in mind to make podcasting both simple and professional. Soundcheck, hear the difference.